Hello, Oliver again with more Prism content. This time I'm bringing you Prism Mirror against Alan on Discord. His username is Alan. I don't actually know what his real name is. This is actually game 2 because I'm uploading it first because I thought it was a better game. Since it is game 2 and you guys didn't see my sideboard from game 1, I'm taking out Lightning Beams, taking out some of the heralds that I don't want, like Herald of Judgment, and taking out red glistens because I don't anticipate my aura sticking around for very long. Me and Alan switched lists after like the first game, and I looked at his list. His is more herald based, so and mine's a little bit more aura based, and so you guys will see the difference for the mirror. Yes, this one first attack was pretty simple, just a herald protection. It gets phantasmed. Arsenal sink below, draw up. He's gonna attack back with a Herald of Triumph. Just an easy 7 block with Herald of Ravages and sink below. That will allow me to cycle out one of the Phantasmifies or something. See if I can draw into an attack. Thankfully, he doesn't have a follow-up attack because I would not have been able to defend it. He does drop down an energy potion though, which is going to be pretty good in the future in my opinion. Yeah, he doesn't run Phantasmifies. Instead he runs energy potions, and I'm still running Phantasmifies because I needed 60 cards. So here I play the blue Herald Protection. Kind of bad, not really threatening, but it will force them to block still because it's still a really good on-hit effect. This will let me save the pummel into my arsenal, and then yeah, save the pummel into arsenal. I was a pretty awkward block for Prism, so. So here he uses his Arcanite Skullcap, favorite scene, block for 6, reactions. So here I have the Command and Conquer for the Phantasmify. Then I'll have a follow-up attack with the Dreamweavers and Herald of Erudition plus the pummel next turn, which is nice. Tunic will be at 3 counters, so I could just have to pitch the Herald of Ravages and then use the Tunic counter for the pummel. So there I Phantasmify. He doesn't have a follow-up attack, which is nice. He holds a card in his hand, which I anticipate to be something to phantasm my attack. So that's why I pop the Dreamweavers. I would pop it anyways, just in case, just for a good measure. Bad part about this hand is that it didn't really have go again. So even if I do hit on the Herald of Erudition, can't really do anything afterwards unless I draw an aura. An aura and a blue card, but that's not likely at all. So since it's a dominant attack, he has to make pretty awkward blocks to make sure it doesn't hit. Seeing him pop the Vestiges of Soul early makes me feel pretty good. Honestly, in the Prism mirror, it's very hard to consistently get stuff into your soul, so I understand where he's coming from. So I see the Command and Conquer that he was holding to try and phantasm my attack. So I just pummel over. Just deal 3 damage. Then arsenal the Herald of Protection because I don't really think I'm going to be doing anything with the cards drawn. I do forget to put Herald of Erudition in my soul. I could pay for a shield, but I wouldn't have go again. So there's no reason for me to. I would see one more card, but that's not really important. Celestial Cataclysm is good for the Phantasm attack, Phantasm effect, making him pay more. Since he did pitch a blue, I'm thinking he has more stuff to do at the end of his end of my turn. Yep, so he drops the Genesis to the Energy Potion, which will allow him to get some value out of, make Spectral Shield and everything. Yep, so here makes a Spectral Shield, goes wide for 3. Don't get to use the Celestial Cataclysm for the Phantasm effect, so I'll do on for no reason. So this turn I'm going to try and play the Herald Protection. It's going to get Phantasmed, probably. He's running Wounded Bull in his deck, while I'm running Raging Onslaught. And the only purpose for those cards is just to block. So it gets Phantasmed. I have to pay into my boots to get another action. Oh, I just make a shield here. Get rid of his Genesis, of course. Then I'll Arsenal the Herald of Erudition. Tried hiding it beneath the shields. Even I forgot I was going to do that play. Here I'm lagging a bit. Stuff's not going under. Gonna probably rejoin very soon. Little Phantasmaclasm. See what my hand is. Have a Raging Onslaught, but that's gonna get V clicked away. Since I do have a Remorseful Retribution in hand, I'm thinking of just taking the damage if I don't draw into something I can block with. It's also mostly because he's holding up 2 resources. I kind of think this is a pummel. So if it is a pummel, I'll just play my whole hand and just take as much damage or take all the damage. If I do try blocking, then I'm going to lose one of my cards. So okay, so here went to go over to reactions. Made sure I didn't have a pummel before I reduced my life. So take 8 there. Then he comes with shields for 2. This is not a pummel, it's going to be another attack. The Herald Tenacity for 4. Kind of have to block this one. I don't really want him to gain soul, so should be an easy block. Paying the boots and then block for 3. kind of misplay here. I block with Phantasm Clasm instead of Herald of Ravages. I can't actually play Phantasm Clasm in this matchup because I will have enough resources sometimes on his off turns. And it's a lot more threatening than a Herald of Ravages in my opinion. So here I play the Herald of Erudition. It's probably going to get Phantasm. Then I'll arsenal the Merciful Retribution. Draw up. Unfortunately, I can't get rid of his shields this time because I didn't have enough threats to go wide or something. So here to Eruditions. I try to Phantasm it. And 2 nicks up. So here I'm going to be playing the Merciful Retribution. Start chipping down on a shield so I can arsenal the Soul Shield. Yeah, I'm attacking him. This is the only target. Alright. Still haven't figured out how I want to pitch. I should probably, if I want to play this deck better, I need to figure out how to order my pitches, because I never do that as Ninja. There's Herald of Triumph. Try to Phantasm it with Command and Conquer, but I can't read. And it actually doesn't Phantasm it. Thankfully, he does let me take it back. But he does regret that decision later, since it's casual, and he's a nice guy. He lets me take it back for this time around. Yeah, so instead of blocking or Phantasming, I had to go block for 7, which means using the Soul Shield. And then boots. And then try and Command and Conquer him the next turn afterwards. Yep, so that's me take it back. So here it's pitch to Glisten for the Soul Shield. Pitch the Phantasm Clasm for the boots. And that should block 7. If it's a pummel, then I cry. But thankfully, it is not. Spoilers. So block for 7, doesn't gain soul. Just have to take whatever he comes at me next with. Yeah, since he knows I have a CNC now, he definitely pops with Dream Movers. So here I take 8. Then 1 more from this shield. Alright, yeah, he kills the Merciful Retribution. That deals 1 arcane to him, that pops his shield. Here, just play the CNC, mostly because it does put pressure on him. Block for 6, pretty easy. Pass turn. This hand isn't great. So here I'm thinking, might as well just pop my my hat to try and draw into something better. I could honestly play it a little bit better instead of pitching the Phantasmify, pitch the Genesis or something. Here I get pretty lucky, draw into CNC, so I can Phantasm his attack. pretty salty about that one. Yep. And then here, just create. Yeah. Pitching the Genesis instead of the Phantasm Phi. Also, it's just because the Phantasm Phi can block, just in case of something happens. Yeah, there's a big mistake that I do later in the game because I pitch wrong. So here he Phantasmaclasms me. Obvious pick is the Soul Shield. He does have enough to pummel me, so keeping that into account. I could block with everything, but there's no on-hit effect. So I'm okay with taking some damage. If he does pummel me, then I do lose a card, but I can still pay into Prism and do something back. So here I expect to get Phantasmed. Yep, there it is. There's a high chance that he has it. Attacking for 7. Block with the for 3 and then sink below. Doesn't have anything after, so he's probably saving more Phantasm stuff. So I just play my Ode here, attack for 1. Takes 2. Last turn. Here I draw Raging Onslaught and Celestial Cataclysm, so I can basically Phantasmify most of his attacks. So it turned out he wasn't holding onto a Phantasm or something of Phantasm. He was just had an awkward hand. So here I'm Phantasm it. He has a pain in the boots. Try and attack again. Bunch of blues. So just block for 4 here. Don't want to cycle it. I could just Arsenal Springboard Somersault because I don't really have anything else to go wide with. Then I keep Celestial Cataclysm for the next Phantasm. Just reminding him that Ode to Wrath makes you lose 1 more if you get hit. So this is a decent hand. I can play Ode to Wrath on the end of his turn using Tunic, and then I'll get another counter up. So Phantasm Phi, or Phantasm this one. Make him have to pay. But that pretty much means that I have to take the next hit. That he just plays an energy potion, which is not bad. Yeah. End of his turn. Use Tunic, pay for it. Then I'll start put another counter on Tunic on my beginning of my next phase. There it is. Bring in for 9 if he doesn't block. the Fate Foresee's on a 1 seems kind of wasteful, but it is effectively attacking for 3, so good move on his part. Also frees up his arsenal in case of he can't use his whole hand. This hand's alright. I was hoping to keep Genesis or something, but he does something that forces that kind of forces me to play the Merciful Retribution. I'm getting pretty low, so there's not too many auras I want to take damage for. So all the auras pretty much from here on out are kind of only used for pitch. So here he plays Genesis on my end step. Not a bad play, especially with the energy potion that he has. Figures to make a shield token, but that's fine. I'd tell him. So he's trying to figure out what he wants to do still. How to get go again on his stuff. Whether or not he wants to use his card to pitch. Yeah. So he attacks me, gets rid of my Spectral Shield. I realize I can keep his Spectral Shields down if I play the Merciful Retribution. So that's why I take it back a little. Yeah, there's a lot of misplays on my part in this game. Yep. So now he has to decide how to deal with my auras, which one he wants to kill first. Yep, so he just decides to destroy my my Ode to Wrath. 1 arcane damage to him, pops the Spectral Shield. Here I just make another Spectral Shield and go in. And then kill his Genesis at the end of turn. Yep. Come in for 4 and then destroy his Genesis. So here I'm in a pretty good position now. Life totals have been evened. And I have 2 auras on the field. So here he attacks my Merciful Retribution. Since it is a Spectra, and the attack doesn't resolve. And in the release notes it says that the attack is destroyed and then the chain link closes. So we're assuming he can gain a point from the boots because his attack is getting destroyed. So he takes this turn to take care of my auras, which is kind of sad for me. I did have a pretty defensive hand. So now looking at the hand that I'm left with, I do want to keep the Raging Onslaught because if I can block with it, it's a pretty big tempo gain. But instead, I decide to go with the play to try and mess with this hand, which involves playing the Raging Onslaught and then pummeling it. The alternative play would just be to save the Soul Shield, use the pummel to play to glisten, and it allows me to set up and play save this or protect the Spectral Shield with glisten and then try and out tempo him there. I believe this is like one of the big turning points where I lose tempo and I'm not able to defend his attacks as well, mostly because I've used all my defensive stuff already, even though I do have a Swimmer Somersault in Arsenal. If you've been counting, he still has some Herald of Ravages left and some pummels, so keeping the Soul Shield in my hand or available is pretty important. Yeah, so block for attacking for 6 here. I can use the Phantasmify and the Spring Somersault, and that should block for 6. And so here I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to glisten. I decided to play the Merciful Retribution mostly because the arcane damage will chip down his life total, but also any Spectral Shields he decides to attack me with if I have my own Spectral Shields up. Kind of a weak play. If I glisten the previous turn, then I would be doing a lot more damage. Plus have an extra defense reaction in hand. Yeah, I know that he pitched Wounding Bowls to the bottom, so he should be drawing them now. That is one of them. And this is where I realize I should have kept that Soul Shield. Because now I can't defend it effectively, especially if he has a pummel, which he most definitely has at this point. Yeah, I'm just checking for pummels. He only played one so far. Or none, I don't remember. Actually, wasn't like at the graveyard. Whoops. I just know that pummel is definitely happening. I'm gonna math it out. I'm pretty bad at this. Yeah, take 2. He takes 2 arcane. I discard my Phantasmify. That's the reason why I blocked the Red Herald, is because I could still gain go again if I pitch the Yellow Herald. Assuming I keep it. He still has go again this time around. So here attacks me with Herald of Ravages for 7. I take 8. Now the life totals are very even. He gets rid of my Merciful Retribution. Here he takes 1 arcane. He's supposed to pop the Spectral Shield, but he doesn't. Instead, he takes 1 life. So that Spectral Shield shouldn't be there. Does it change the game? Not really. I do a very big misplay at the end. So, oh, I just noticed that. Why did I throw my Herald of Protection into the grave or into the Banner Stone? It was in the pitch, so. Yeah, I have a Raging Onslaught Celestial Cataclysm in case he wants to try and attack with some big heralds. I decided to Phantasm that one instead of paying for boots. Was because I didn't really have anything else to do with my hand. Yeah, so I should have a Spectral Shield here. And he shouldn't have a Spectral Shield. So it's kind of weird. And so he Soul Shields here. If he wasn't, yeah, he couldn't have blocked for 7 there, even with the Arcanite Skullcap, because we would be at even life totals. So that would have been more of a tempo play from my side if he wasn't able to block the full 7 on that one. So here I Phantasm this Herald of Triumph. And I should have had 1 extra damage because I had the shield up. So I did have go again after the Herald of Ravages. But it's my fault for not noticing. Yeah, here he realizes he shouldn't have let me undo that CNC block on the Herald of Triumph. There I was just checking for how many wounding bolts he has left. Because I want to try and Phantasm Cosm him. In hindsight, I should have probably just pitched the Glisten. Or not Glisten, the Genesis. Yeah, I only did the Herald of Triumph there because I wanted to see 4 Herald Ravages. But obviously I don't get a CS card. Said he's just gonna block with all 3 of them. Yep, takes no damage. Yeah, so I should have definitely just put down the Herald of Triumph in there because it is a lot more threatening than a Genesis attacking for 1. Plus it costs less. And at this point in the game, there's no reason for me to try to put down auras because they're too slow. Attacking for 6, I just block 6. I play the Genesis. If it was the Herald of Triumph, I would be putting a lot more pressure down. Despite, yeah, even if he does have wounding bowls or whatever. Yeah, at this point in the game, with all his soul that he's saved up, it's very easy to take care of the auras. Especially if they're just coming in 1 by 1. So here he Herald Ravages for 5, which is a pretty awkward block for me. He's obviously going to try and take care of the Genesis afterwards. So I'm just going to Soul Shield this one. Try and build up Soul. It's also because I don't think he has any Herald of Ravages left. Yep. Take care of the Genesis. Easy. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw this Herald of Ravages into a Wounded Bull or something. Because I'm pretty sure he's holding on to one. There it is. I think that's his third one, unless he might have pitched one into his deck. I don't really remember. Five dominate. There is a way I can block all this, just boots, shield, and then block for 3. But it's not something I want him to have. And because he does have soul. Yeah, they're just counting how many cards or how many Herald Eruditions he has left. Because if he follows with the Herald Erudition, I'm pretty screwed. Alright. So I'll block for 5 there. Or yeah, 5. I have to use my last Herald Erudition. Take 1. And here I have no choice but to make a shield. Try to pop his shield. Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to block there. We would be at even life. So that would have taken like 1 more card out of his hand or something. Yeah, having Aura stack in my arsenal at this point in the game is pretty crappy. Alright, so comes at me for 5, Hero Protection. The fact that he's coming at me with all these blues makes me think he doesn't really have any more big threats. So here I'm counting his Herald of Ravages. Reds, his Herald of Rebirths, if he runs any. But he only runs blues. Then Herald of Eruditions and all that other stuff. Herald of Triumphs as well, but yeah, I'm just probably gonna Soul Shield this one. Big mistake here. I pitched my my 3 block instead of my instead of Glisten. Huge mistake. Huge mistake. Yep. Comes at me for 5 again. Yeah, that's not good. If I did have my 3 block, I would be able to block it all, but instead, this is where he pretty much wins the game. Because I have to take 4 here, because there's no good blocks for me. And then I have no soul left, so Could have blocked it with Tunic there, but it's whatever. I was pretty much done with the game at that point. I didn't think I can come back from this. And here I just get the Eldrath out of my arsenal. Take care of his shields maybe. Probably not. Here I'm checking how many 6 or 7 blocks I have left, and I'm completely out. I only run 3 Raging Onslaughts, 3 Celestial Cataclysms, and 3 Command Conquers, so... Yep. So he defends there, keeps his Spectral Shields up. I have to figure out how to survive. Yep. So here he's trying to just... I don't know why he didn't go for the kill. But I guess he knows. I can't really do anything. Here I try to glisten as an attack reaction, but he's he has enough defenses still. The fact that he's been pitching all the Springward Somersaults and just using them as 2 makes me think that he has a defense reaction in Arsenal. Yeah, and too bad the Herald of Ravages isn't yellow. Otherwise, it would have been really good go again somehow and do nothing, I guess. Yep. Defender 4. Arsenal, and then I'm probably going to die this turn. Yep, 5 dominate. Can't really do anything. I have nothing left in soul, so I could use my boots, but it's whatever. Yep, good game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. I'll try to upload game 1 later. It's a lot less exciting. Yeah, this is a good one. If this game could have gone ended up completely differently if I played better, in my opinion. But yeah, still in the learning process for Prism, so good on Alan. He played pretty well. And see you guys for the next one.